Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I'm Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash Skylands with another top 5 video here on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming back for another one of these. I feel like at the end of the week, it's always like the final battle, you know? You're all competing through the whole week from Monday to Friday when you're at school or work, just doing your best to do everything you can. I actually work Saturdays, so that's kind of ironic. But regardless, the whole day or the whole week you're very busy and you're doing everything to get to the end of the week, which is just like a level. Easy segue. Top 5 boss battles. I jumped in down a little too fast, I know. So yes, today's we're going to be talking about my top 5 boss battles in Skylanders. So, the big thing is all games are eligible and mini boss battles do count. So you know that weird stone thing that you fight in Stone Town on Superchargers, I wish it was Superchargers, on Sparrow's Adventure? That one does count. So there's a lot of these ones that are available. Now, there is one big exception though. Chaos does not count. I know. You're probably upset with me, and there's a reason why, because I will be doing a video in the future of my top 6 Chaos boss battles. So look for that one in the future. You'll be very surprised by number 1, just saying. But today we're going to talk about the other boss battles besides for Chaos and the Darkness, actually. The Darkness is... let's throw the Darkness out, too. The Darkness is not going to be part of the boss battle, either. Yeah, alright. There we go. No Chaos, no Darkness. But yes, let's hop right in to number 5. So number 5 on the list, I did talk about in my NPC video. If that hasn't come out yet, then oops, spoiler. But Baron von Shellshock in Swamp Forest is one of my favorite boss battles. The whole leading up to his scenario where you have to fight Evil Eye's Whiskers in between, then eventually saving Whiskers, getting to the final boss battle with Baron von Shellshock. Now, a lot of people do say it's anticlimactic, but I do love the actual battle because by the end of it, you want to fight him. You want to beat him up. And that's what I love about it, is the whole time you're building up, you're like, you know what? At the end of this level, I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm going to do it. Or I'm going to shoot him, or I'm going to throw harpoons at him, or whoever you're playing as. Playing as Riptide, hit him with the giant wheel. But I love the fact that he starts off with the big shield, and you're like, how in the world am I going to do that? Then you notice he starts throwing bombs, and one of those bombs is a bomb you can pick up and throw back. Along with that, you're fighting chompies, you're fighting little other enemies on and off, trying to hit him the whole time, and I can tell you for a fact that when you think you beat him, he'll still have a tiny sliver of health left, and you're going to have to do one more bomb to beat him again. But here's the coolest thing about it. Grab all that experience. If you want to get some easy farming experience, beat Baron von Shellshock. He shoots experience everywhere, and it's so easy to just grab it and just fill up. In my opinion, Superchargers has the best one with the actual Battle Brawl Island, the actual story mode. After you beat Spell Slammer, he gives you so much experience. But Baron von Shellshock is a very close second. The boss battle itself is so much fun just because of the build-up to the boss battle makes it so much fun. So if you need to, or if you haven't, go play Motleyville again, play through the whole level, and just feel that satisfaction when you hit that final vote of Baron von Shellshock. And his end monologue is really funny too. So yes, number 5 is Baron von Shellshock in Swamp Forest. Number 4 on the list is from Superchargers. I did mention just a couple seconds ago how much I enjoyed Superchargers. But there is 2 little boss battles in one level in the Monstrous Isles. One of them is a character I forget the name, but the second one is the Thunder Toe. The Thunder Toe is literally just a one-on-one fight. And I think that's why I like it so much. There's nothing crazy about it, except for the fact that you and the Thunder Toe are literally gigantic and stomping around a city just like a Godzilla monster movie. Right, forgot to mention that. Yeah, the Monstrous Isles is really cool because of the fact that you go and take on these actual giants. Just saying. You eat a piece of popcorn, become huge, and you have to go and fight them. And that's one of the things I love about this level is the fact that you are a giant the entire time. So when you're having the final boss battle with the Thunder Toe, you are literally a giant fighting him in a giant sand city. And it's so cool because of the fact that he has a very special amulet that can supposedly hurt you, but it's a wicked fight and it's so much fun to have because he's actually kind of difficult if you're not really great at with the character you're playing as. So if you're doing a lock, for example, or a solo run or something like that, he's actually kind of difficult to play as or to fight against. But that's one thing I love about it. I love the fact that he is a generally simple fight, or a simple concept of fight, but he's still pretty tough to begin with. So the Thunder Toe and the awesome Godzilla monster effect gets number 4 on my list. So number 3 on the list is, sadly, a boss some of you have never faced before. It is the Rubble Maker. Now, not sure what that is? That's fine. It's in the Lost Imaginite Mines. You know, the one with the robo, where you can casually buy him for $1,000 online? Yeah, exactly. So the Rubble Maker is a really, really fun battle just because it's a couple waves. It takes 3 waves to actually get him down, and then I am going to spoil it, so if you have not played the Rubble Maker, just skip ahead a little bit here. Maybe I'll put a time frame. If I remember, I'll put like a timestamp here to skip ahead so you don't get the ending here. But yeah, he actually heals himself. And you're like, so you get him down to about 25% health, and then, not even that, I think it's less, and then he just heals completely, and you're just like, what? But luckily, I won't reveal what happens with how he gets his health knocked back down, but then he's literally a one-shot. So I love that fact that you're having this huge boss battle with him. He's like this big slam hand dude, and you're like jumping around and avoiding it, and then eventually when you think you got him, it completely 180s you and says, nope, you still have to fight me. Then it 180s again, and then you take him out in a simple hit, which is what, or a simple couple hits if I'm not mistaken. The Rubble Maker was one of those boss battles that I didn't expect to have. So when I was doing the Lost Imaginite Mines, I was thinking to get to the end, getting the thing, and then beating it. So when he popped up, I was like, oh, there's a boss battle. This is actually pleasantly surprising. And it's one of those characters that I actually, you know, continued to play as and continue to enjoy. And that's one thing I really liked of the fact that you take the Rubble Maker and enjoy playing that boss battle. And it's one of those, like, basically the whole level is fantastic. Lost Imaginite Mines is one of my favorite, and then just the cherry on top is that final boss battle. And the fact that you're hanging out with that quickly the whole time. But yeah, number 3 is the Rubble Maker. Sorry for spoilers. Number 2 on my list, we're heading back to Swamp Forest to an actual boss battle that's actually, you know, set up in the level. It is Evilized Glumshanks. Now, the second video, fun fact, that I uploaded on this channel was how to beat Evilized Glumshanks without being hit and in the fastest time. I actually did it with Freeze Blade, which was interesting. I think I did it with Freeze Blade, and on my side time I did it with Flame Slinger and Roller Brawl to make sure I can do it. But yeah, Evilized Glumshanks battle is one of the most fun ever. It's just a Glumshanks who's basically chaos, think about that, in a giant tank. And you can't hit him until he hits these spikes where he accidentally runs into, and you have to attack him like that. There's 3 little waves where eventually when you get him down, he unlocks the second part where he can shoot rockets at you, third part where he drops enemies on you, and then you beat him. And then he turns back to normal after he explodes. And then the ending cutscene after where he goes to Chaos and Chaos meets gets his mother involved is really good. Swamp Forest has an excellent story in my opinion, and that's definitely one of the starting pieces where you're just like, okay, this game is going to try something new. I mean, you take on Glumshanks as a boss. I would never expect that in the last 2 games. This is one level that I always go back to complete super quick if I want to be able to, like, if you have to defeat a boss battle or something like that. This is one that I just go back and I can complete super easy no matter what character I am on any difficulty. Even on Nightmare Mode, it's one of those ones I'm actually not worried about. It's one of those ones I enjoy so much. Now, not as much as the other one I'm going to mention in a bit, but you'll understand why. But for now, Evilized Glumshanks sits comfortably at number 2. And number 1 on the list is a boss battle that every single person enjoys because, just like I said with Glumshanks, it's one you don't expect. When you get to the end of Drill X's big rig, you don't expect to see Drill X. You also don't expect him to sink. So when that little thing comes up where he is singing that song, and you are singing along to it also, because I know you will, yeah, it's very enjoyable. The boss battle itself is very fun because of the fact that you can't jump in Giants, and at one point you have to jump over his shockwave he does. But look, there's a bounce pad and go over it. His drill's really cool, it splits them into 3 parts that shoot rocks everywhere, so you have to defend yourself or get out of the way, which is honestly cool. And the fact that his actual boss battle itself is a lot of fun, building up the character, making him a very enjoyable character that basically when I played as him, I really liked playing as that. And that's one thing I really liked. Just taking everything with his boss battle and the level itself leading up to him, it's one of those ones where like you're playing the level and you just think it's nothing, and then that ending just makes it perfect. That song, however, it will get stuck in your head, and you will sing along to it every time. I mean, Crash the Skylands Best Moments literally has the clip of me singing all 3 of them, and I even talked about it in one of my videos. Which one was it? I forget which one it was. Adventure Packs or Adventure Levels? One of them, I talked about it in one of my videos. I know that, and it came up at the end where I said it's too much of a good thing, whatever it is. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, number one is Drillex's Big Rig and Drillex in general. He is the best boss. No questions asked. My nose seems to be getting stuffed up, so I apologize if I sound a little nasally. But that is going to do it for this episode of the Top 5 with the boss battles here on the channel. Now, there are a ton of bosses, and I know you're all mad. Why isn't Mesmeralda on the list? She copyright claims all my videos that she's in. Do I need to go back and show you the, or do you need to go and watch the Swap Block episode where it took me 3 attempts to fully upload the video? I uploaded it the first time. The second time I took out the audio and it still got copyrighted, so I literally had to talk over it completely muted. Yeah, go watch that. Mesmeralda's not getting on the list just for that alone. She's too evil. Like, Chaos is nothing compared to the demonetization of Mesmeralda. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know your favorite boss battle in the comments below. You're allowed to say Chaos. I say no exception for me, Chaos and Darkness. If one of those boss battles are literally your favorite and you don't have any other one that you love, just leave that in the comments. I fully understand. But let me know in the comments below. While you're down, the description's also going to have some good stuff, so always check that out too, because there might be a little Easter egg in there. Probably not. I don't really put Easter eggs in there. Well, this is my birthday. I usually say today's my birthday, lol. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are loving it, like in the comment below. But as always, I bid you farewell.